And to discuss this further, I'm now joined by Roger Shanahan. He's a Middle East analyst and a former army officer, served with the UN in South Lebanon and in Syria. He's joining us from Sydney this morning. Roger, the Syrian army command says Assad's regime is over. How surprising is this for you?
Well, certainly very surprising for myself, also most commentators and regional countries as well. The speed with which the Assad regime fell in essentially 10 or 11 days from the time that the rebel push started is extraordinary. Most people expected a much bigger fight to be put up and this to be a bloody campaign, but it turned out to be quite the opposite.
Now, why did the army not fight the rebels, apparently? Was Assad's military backing maybe not as strong enough as we all thought?
Well, there's probably several reasons for this. The HDS-led coalition, who are the opposition, had spent months in preparation and also training for this. They're far better equipped than they have been in the past, so they're essentially a semi-conventional army at the moment. And they were up against the Assad military forces, who had been hollowed out over the years, a largely conscript army. And there's probably two elements here. First of all, it's a contest of wills, and essentially the Assad military forces were not willing to fight and die for their cause, whereas the opposition were. And the other aspect is very early on, the opposition gained momentum, and in military terms, once you gain momentum and exploit that momentum, it's very difficult to stop it, and that's what we saw.
Was there a decisive moment, and if so, what was it?
Well, listen, everything is clear in retrospect, and I think if we look back, we'll probably say very early on the fall of Aleppo, not just its fall, but the speed with which it fell, was a real indicator that either the Assad regime was not willing to expend the resources to stay and fight, or its military was incapable of staying and fighting. And once it fell so quickly, that allowed the opposition to build up momentum and to be so rapid in their advances that the Assad regime was unable to make decisions quickly enough to stop them.